All right, here we go. Quiet! Roll 'em!
Stan and Ollie is directed by John S. Burt and stars Stephen Coogan as Stan and Laurel and John C. Reilly as Ollie Hardy. Now, I'm a big fan of Laurel and Hardy. I always love their movies. I love their comedies. Their movies are to this day still hilarious. And we have never really truly seen such a dynamic comedic duo ever since. There maybe be, I think, one other, but like there's still like this standpoint point. The amount of movies which they made, together and which are still hilarious to this day was really one of a kind for that time. Now, in this movie depicts them, 16 years after they had their big fall. This movie, we do get to see them when they're young, when they were still together. And of course, we know they had a fight and they didn't talk for many, many years. Like they didn't speak for 16 years with each other. And this is what the movie, picks up of them 16 years after, they finally came together and want to do some more shows. They want to do a picture. Even though they're older, they want to continue their act, but still having, some hard feelings about the past. And this is where the movie really shines. I mean, the John C. Reilly and Stephen Coogan, they really do a great job of portraying those two comedians because they really like Stephen Coogan, really like the mannerisms of Stan Laurel is really like, he really does an amazing job as him. Like the little sudden mannerisms that Stan Laurel would do, like he really, when you do an act, it's just hilarious. John C. Reilly looks amazing as Ollie Hardy. Like I can't imagine after all this huge makeup. And after those 16 years, they're planning to do a tour, around the city, but it's also not going so well. So it's also really good. It shows the struggles, after they had their height of fame, coming back to the spotlight and trying to regain their audience and show the struggles of that. They do shows, but there's like barely people in the audience. They're not selling out, but everybody keeps telling them, oh, I love your movies, oh, it's so great to see you. But it's kind of like you have those both point of views, of the fandom that people still have for them. It's like, oh, I'm happy you're still there, I'm happy you still guys exist and going on. And but then it shows the reality of like, yeah, people love us, but nobody's showing up actually. And it shows the struggles and it kind of, shows the relationship between them and how they can rebrand themselves again for this time. It also shows, on the more dramatic parts, like, with Ollie Hardy, having health issues in the movie was also done, portrayed very well. And it really shows the care for one another of which the characters have. Now, one of my favorite scenes is actually after a show, Laurel and Hardy had this like dinner party. And at this time, all the truth, all this like feeling came out where they really tell, how they really thought about, them when they separated this long time ago. And this is what I really like, because that really shows, the characters, all those emotions build up and finally releasing and telling them. And it really shows, a good continuation of the story. Now, as far as downpoints, I'm gonna say, at times the movie can be a little bit slow. After the opening sequence, which I really like, the movie gets a little bit dull at times, and it isn't until like the second act where the movie picks up and gets a little bit better. That's I'm gonna say like the biggest negative I would say I would have. Like I think some people that will watch it, there are times they will find it a little bit boring, a little bit dull. But other than that, and I also think like what they kind of miss, like because we only get to see them, when they're young and they work together on different pictures, like only during the opening sequence. And I kind of wish would have a little bit more time with them, in their prime time. We would like to see like maybe they recreate this one dance what they do, which is famous. But I would like to see, them being on different sets of different movies which they've done and see a little bit more the tension then, in the work and how they were back then. I think they would have given more emotional weight when they later on tried to, do this act again and do a new act and all that. Because after that beginning sequence, it starts off really good. But if we would seen them, them more together when they were younger, it would have impacted it more when they're trying to regain that magic again. But that was I must say is like the biggest negatives with the movie. But overall, this movie is an enjoyable movie. It's a fun movie. I really liked it. There's some funny parts also, and I'm gonna give this movie a 7 out of 10. Stan and Ollie, go check it out. It's a fun movie, an interesting movie. If you're a fan of Laurel and Hardy, go watch it. Both of them give phenomenal performances, Stephen Coogan and John C. Reilly, and it's a very nice film. So thanks everybody for watching, and as always, see you next time.